Hey everybody, how's it going today? Ian back here with you. I'm doing another movie review for you today. I am reviewing the movie Solo, a Star Wars story. This is the origin story of Han Solo, as played in so many movies by Harrison Ford. Um, Alden Ehrenreich assumes the role of the young Han, who is on the planet of Corelli, and it's kind of a planet where anything goes, and you kind of got to fight for everything that you have. And he is seeing this young girl named Kira, played by Emilia Clarke. And soon, Han is whisked away as he takes a job with the Empire, and becomes, the best pilot in the galaxy. And while he is there, he unexpectedly befriends Chewbacca, and he is taken in by a commander named Tobias Beckett, played by Woody Harrelson, and they are, and they go to obtain this energy source that is wanted by a pretty ruthless crime lord named Dryden Voss, played by Paul Bettany, and a very good performance. So their objective is to get this back to him, and unfortunately things don't go as planned during the extraction of this energy and upon its return to Voss. I like Solo. I had some issues with it in terms of its length and in terms of just things just kind of happened. It's pretty well known that this movie had some issues during its making. It had two directors originally, and they had issues with the movie's producer, Kathleen Kennedy, and they were let go and replaced by legendary director Woody Harrelson, Ron Howard. So that's kind of the origins of this movie, and it might make it a little uneven because of that, but Ron Howard does a great job in directing it. Especially, there's a really cool action scene on this train going through the mountains, and the train kind of goes on its side on the track. It's a really cool sequence. Also in this movie is Tandy Newton, who plays a love interest to Beckett. And there's an interesting reveal at the end that I will not spoil, but it'll be interesting to see what happens next. If I assume they're planning on continuing this Solo series. About the movie, my personal opinions, as I said, I liked it. I didn't like all of it. There were parts that I just thought were forced and put in, like when Kira reappears. I thought that it was kind of abrupt and rather not unnecessary, but it didn't flow very well. I really liked the interaction between Han and Chewbacca, which has always been a big highlight for the entire Star Wars series. And I liked all the actors and all the characters. Really, my issues were with the writing in parts, which I was very surprised because it was written by the great Lawrence Kasdan, who I'm a big, big fan of. He wrote Empire and Jedi, and he actually wrote the original Raiders of the Lost Ark in longhand. Which is pretty crazy if you think about that. He wrote a great movie called Grand Canyon. I could go on about Lawrence Kasdan, but I was surprised because his scripts are usually very good, and I didn't think that this one was particularly a standout. Ehrenreich does what he can as Solo, but he's no Harrison Ford. He tries to put his own spin on it, which is interesting, but he's not. Most of it comes across pretty well. It'll be interesting because he's supposed to play Han a couple more times, I think they announced, so we'll see. My biggest issue with this Star Wars series now as a whole, since Disney has obtained it, and I'm a big fan of the movies up to this one. My biggest issue is that if they keep releasing these movies so close together, it seems like there's going to be a lot of burnout and oversaturation because while Solo is doing well at the box office this weekend, it's not hitting near what they thought it would. Whether that's because the weather's nice or whether people are just burnt out on the whole Star Wars thing, or maybe they just don't care to see a Han Solo origin story. I'm not sure. The movie itself is fine. It's a fun movie. There's really nothing inherently wrong with it. It's probably more pleasing for people who didn't like a lot of the depth in The Last Jedi. It's more of kind of a straightforward, fun action film, but it's just kind of there, and it doesn't. It is what it is, and I'm just afraid because they've announced possible origin stories for like Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, and of course you have Episode 9 coming out. It's just, I think Star Wars was really special because, every 3 years one would come out, and then we waited for such a long time for Episode 1 and then Episode 7, and it's fine if they want to release these Star Wars stories like they did with Rogue One, but maybe not put like 1 or 2 out a year. Maybe spread them out more, make them more special to Star Wars fans. I'm not sure what the answer is, but I think the box office will be the factor for that. So overall, I'm going to give Solo a marginal 3 out of 4. I'm going to give it a B minus. Most of it worked, but it just was it just worked. I wasn't like overjoyed with it like I was with The Force Awakens or anything. So that's my take on Solo, a Star Wars story. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments, and subscribe. I'm going to be getting some, hopefully, new camera equipment and audio, and unboxing videos are coming soon, which will be awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.